everybody. In this video, we're going to talk about the ordering process of a 2020 Shelby GT500. Talk about the timeline, what you can expect. We're going to break down the terms and codes. We're going to talk about my dropship agreement that I got set up from an out-of-state dealer to my local dealer. And eventually we're going to go pick up my car. My 2020 carbon fiber track pack car arrived yesterday early morning. I think it got offloaded off the train last night is what I was told to expect. And it's possible that it gets to the dealer today. It may be in the next few days. So standing by once I get word that it's received at the dealership, we're gonna go get it. All right, first up is the ordering process. So step one is you have to find a dealership with an allocation. Back in, I think it was May 2019, the dealerships that wanted to sell GT350s and 500s for the 2020 model year had to pay a $2,000 fee, if I remember correctly, to Ford Performance. This gave them one GT500 and one GT350 for the entire year. Now, large volume dealers were afforded more allocations, and every fifth one was what's called golden ticket eligible. Golden ticket meaning you could order either the carbon fiber track pack or the painted stripes or both. Sometimes you'll see reference online to double golden ticket, meaning both carbon fiber track pack and painted stripes. That's simply a slang term. Ford never used that term, but that just is a way of describing that this car has both of the controlled items, being the carbon fiber track pack and the painted stripes. Early on in the ordering process, a lot of the dealership staff and the salespeople didn't understand how it was all going to work. They didn't quite know about the golden ticket option. So I called about 100 dealers and I was looking for an allocation at MSRP if I could find one. I called a bunch of places. They didn't know if they had an allocation. Some said they had an allocation. They didn't know about markup. And a lot of them, or most of them, just flat out didn't know about the carbon fiber track pack. And I was actually giving them information about what I had learned online. So I called all these places and I found one place that had an allocation they confirmed and they're willing to sell it at MSRP. And that was the base model that I ordered it last July, and it arrived in the beginning of December. And I'll put that timeline up now. As you can see from that timeline, we initially submitted a carbon fiber track pack order through that dealership, but it's a smaller dealership and they weren't afforded a golden ticket option. So that order ultimately got rejected. We turned it into a base model and I took delivery of the base model and absolutely loved it. The car, I've said it before, but there's really nothing base about the base model. The car is a freaking supercar. It's amazing. Absolutely loved it. I continue to see carbon fiber track pack cars come up online available for sale. They all had a super stiff markup. 20 to 30,000 was about as low as I would see. Often it was 50,000. Sometimes it was double the sticker price. So I kind of just flushed and ruled out the carbon fiber track pack option. Then one day I'm on a layover, killing time in a hotel with my job, and I'm surfing the web and I come across a carbon fiber track pack with a markup. Yes, it had a markup, but it was considerably less than what I'd seen elsewhere. I already had a base car, so I said, don't get enticed by this, don't even think about it. My base car was actually at the paint protection film place getting paint protection film, ceramic, and window tint. And again, like I said, absolutely love the car, plan to keep that one forever. So I kind of discounted it. Later that day, it was bugging me. I'm like, I need to at least inquire about it and find out what's going on. So I call the salesman and he says, yep, got it for sale. Here's all the specs. You can order it to your liking. It's carbon fiber track pack, if golden ticket eligible, for both those options if you want them. And the markup is X. I asked, are they willing to come down on the markup? And they said, no, that's set in stone. Oh, by the way, there's another person ahead of you. You're number 2. The first person that has dibs on the car is checking to see if they can swing it. And the salesman said he was going to give them 24 hours to see if they are going to lock in or not, and if not, he would call me back. I said, fair enough, and we parted. The next day in the business hours, I was thinking not much of it. I thought it was a lost cause, and he contacts me, says the car's yours if you want it. I was like, well, crap. Already had one. Like I said, it was currently getting wrapped, paint protection film. So I said, well, okay, I'm your buyer, and accepted the deal to buy the car, knowing full well now I have to sell my base car. So I posted some videos online on YouTube, ended up finding a buyer for my base car, and that car went away in June with the new owner who absolutely loves it. Missed the car, I went a couple months without it. Just an awesome car. All right, talking about the dropship agreement I have set up on my carbon fiber track pack. So I see a lot of people buying these cars out of state. Either their local dealership didn't have an allocation, or their markup was way too high, or they already sold their allocation. For whatever reason, a lot of people are going across state lines to buy these cars. Then they either have to pay to have the car shipped, or quite often these people fly out, get in the car, and then drive it back to where they live. I inquired with my salesman, Darren, to see if it was possible to set up some sort of shipment down to the original dealership that I ordered my base model from. And he said, yeah, if we can get all the parties in agreement, that's not a problem. So I contacted my first sales lady, Lisa, awesome gal, said, is this possible? And she said, sure. The only thing is all the funds go to the selling dealership. So she said, as long as you take the car as is, no PDI, no washing, nothing, no expense incurred by that dealership, then yeah, they'd agree to the drop ship. So that's essentially what we did. We had a three-way agreement signed by all three parties, the selling salesman, the receiving sales lady, and then me, the buyer. We all signed it saying that the car would, all the paperwork would be done up in Pennsylvania. The car would go straight from Flat Rock, Michigan on a train down to Texas here, get trucked to the dealership here in Dallas-Fort Worth area, and then I'm just gonna go take the car as is, do all the PDI, the install, the cleaning, all that stuff myself. And I'm actually gonna make another video doing all that stuff. But that's how we set up the dropship agreement. It saved me from having to drive the car across country or the added extra expense of shipping it to where I live. All right, time to talk timeline from the point of ordering through delivery of my carbon fiber track pack. So I'll put up a slide now. I placed the order through the Pennsylvania dealership on February 6th. Status was initially unscheduled material hold, and this simply means you have a valid order. It means that the dealership had an allocation, they used the allocation on your order, and this is confirmed through Ford. On March 12th, the vehicle was scheduled to the week of May 11th, and the status was changed from unscheduled material hold to unscheduled material clean, and I also had a VIN issued the same day. Sometimes it takes a day or two, but in my case it was issued the same day. Then the big bad news on March 30th, Flat Rock Assembly Plant was shut down for 2 months due to COVID-19. Then on April 11th, my car was scheduled to the day of June 15th. And then finally on June 30th, the vehicle was sent to plant for production. All right, so talking production, the timeline once the car actually started rolling down the assembly line. First off, I'm going to put up an explanation of what all these terms mean. All right, talking the dates while the car was being built. So on July 6th, the car hit the body shop. trim line. On July 10th, the car was produced. And what does it mean when the car is produced? That means it rolled down the assembly line, has all the components added to it, to include the carbon fiber wheels and the carbon fiber fin on the back. That's all added to the car, and the car was declared produced. What it is missing is an option that I paid for. It's a $10,000 option. Those are the painted stripes that are done off-site at the Penske Vehicle Services. So on 7/13, the car was released to the body shop, aka Penske, for painted stripes. And on 8/4, the car was shipped back to Flat Rock Assembly Plant for a total of 22 days. On 8/9, it was released for shipment after QC quality control inspection. And then on 8/13, it was shipped via rail to Texas. And this was 44 days after sent to plant. Now, if your car that, if somebody else is ordering a car that doesn't have the painted stripes, you're gonna eliminate maybe 3+ weeks of the delay on that. And then on 8/21, which was yesterday while I'm making this video, the car arrived at my local rail yard, 8 days on the train, 12 days after being released for shipment. All right, let's talk about the options that I ordered for my carbon fiber track pack. First of all, you can see a second set of carbon fiber wheels behind me. I bought those not too long ago. I just wanted to have a backup set. That's a different video on my YouTube channel. But my car is rapid red metallic tinted clear coat, absolute black painted over the top stripes, carbon fiber track pack, which is an $18,500 option. The painted over the top stripes, like I said, that's a $10,000 option. I believe vinyl is a $1,000 option. And if you get painted over the top stripes, you cannot get the side stripes. The only way to get side stripes is if you go with vinyl over the top stripes. Technology package, which was $3,000, as well as a red vehicle cover, which sometimes ships loosely, separately from the car, straight to the parts department. All right, let's talk train tracking. So if your car is getting shipped by rail, there are a few ways that you can track this car where it is across the country. First thing I'm going to show is the phone numbers that you can call. I'll put that up now. All right, be aware that the CSX phone system can be a little challenging. Union Pacific was way easier to use for me. CSX, when I initially called them, the instructions say everything starts out on CSX. I gave my rail car number, and it hadn't seen that rail car in a couple of years. It gave me a last checkpoint of a couple years ago. Once my car got transferred to Union Pacific, I could use the voice-activated system. Just call in option 1 for English, say trace, and then go down through the options, and you're going to hear how many pieces of equipment, say 1, and then say your rail car letters and numbers, and it tracked it perfectly every time. Now you're going to need to get your rail car number from your salesperson. If you contact somebody like Noah at Ford Performance through the chat, phones once those open back up, or email, they won't give you the rail car number, but they will tell you where your car is, but that's kind of a slow, you don't want to bug them multiple times per day, slow process. Your salesperson can look on their computer system and tell you where the train is, but be warned that sometimes that is slow to update and inaccurate, and if you call directly to the train, that information is much more timely and much more accurate. For instance, my car stopped at a train depot in Arkansas on the way down here, and it showed movement like a day, more than a day before it showed movement on the Ford system online. But call the phone tracking, or the train tracking phone system, and it'll give you nice, timely information on when the car is supposed to arrive. Oh, and then speaking of which, the date of arrival in the Ford computer, what the dealer had access to, showed like September 5th through 11th. The phone system for the train said it was going to arrive way earlier, and actually it was accurate within 50 minutes. They said it was going to arrive on August 21st at, I think it was 8 a.m., which that should be yesterday. Today's August 22nd, I believe. And the car arrived at 7:10 a.m. So way more accurate than what Ford had listed for the arrival time. All right, some people have asked me, why did you sell your base car for a carbon fiber track pack? They're not that much different. Well, first of all, the carbon fiber is just drop dead sexy. The wheels are insane. They're beautiful and they're super light. I think I weighed the wheels at, they've been weighed at 18 pounds a piece. Obviously way lighter than the base wheels. The carbon fiber wing on the back, gorgeous, but actually functional. I did get to drive a carbon fiber track pack car on a road course in Vegas at the release event. And I was just shocked at how well that car stuck to the ground. You know, obviously it does have more downforce than the swing, as it's called, the wing spoiler on the back of the base. But it also is rocking the much stickier Sport Cup 2 tires. 315s in the back, 305s in the front. The carbon fiber track pack is also a 1/2 inch lower and stiffer springs. So, you know, all of that kind of drove me to wanting the carbon fiber track pack. It's been a long time coming. You know, I started trying to acquire one back in July of 2019. It's now August of 2020. So it's finally here, just haven't gotten it yet. I am actually waiting for a call from my dealership to say the car's arrived. Today is Saturday. It's not something like it's going to happen today. Maybe Monday or Tuesday at the earliest. Once I get that call, we're going to go on the ride together and go get the car. Until then, that's it for In the Garage. See you in a bit. Well, the day is here. It's early morning, Tuesday, August 25th. I got up just before 6 and I got a text from my sales lady that says she got the dispatch email. The car is en route. I'm loaded up. I got my 20-foot enclosed trailer hooked up to my 2010 F-150 tow package. It's about an hour and a half or maybe even a little bit more drive with rush hour this morning. Going to get the car. Going along on the journey. Here we go. All right, on the road with the trailer in tow. Now that I know the timing on how this concludes, I'll put up another slide. The car was released for shipment up in Flat Rock, Michigan on August 9th. It is now August 25th. That's 16 days after being released for shipment. One added expense that I did not mention previously, optional expense. I bought the Ford wheel and tire insurance plan. My salesman up in Pennsylvania sent me a list of prices and time frames. I'll put those up on a slide here. But the warranty I opted for the full 9 years. We're dealing with some very expensive wheels. I've never curbed a wheel ever with my cars, but if something were to happen, whatever, hurt a wheel, actually covers the tires too, so get a nail in there, an edge that can't be patched. And these Sport Cup 2 tires are not cheap. So I bought the full 9-year warranty, and I'm not normally an extended warranty or buying extra warranty kind of person, but with these wheels being, roughly $4,500 if you can get them at slightly above dealer costs, or about $6,000 retail. That's a lot of money. So yeah, hopefully I'll never need to use it, but it's there if I need it. Earlier in the video I talked about train tracking. It was kind of neat. I found it fascinating to see where the train was, what time it was there. I'm going to show the route that my train took. It basically went first northeast out of Flat Rock to, I think it's pronounced a Corsi or a Course. Then went due west before trucking back down through the country. And it stopped in Arkansas for a little over a day, and then finally came west-southwest over to Dallas-Fort Worth area. All right, need to thank a few people who made all this happen. First one is Darren. He is at McGuire's Ford up in Pennsylvania. Never met him in person, but we talked many times on the phone and via text. He did a great job of keeping me informed along the way. And big shout out, big thanks to Darren. If you need a car, holler at him, especially if you're up in the Northeast. Second one is Lisa, my sales lady, who you're going to see here in a little bit when I get there. She is at Paul Murray Ford, and I'll show that one as well here. All right, a couple more people to thank. First of which, I'm not going to name them by name, but my insider. He's the one that provided me with the pictures as well as video of the car going down the assembly line. So cool to be able to see the engine getting lifted into the car, the rear end, first start video. He also hooked me up with the build sheets, which was so cool. And then last but not least, Noah at Ford Performance Call Center. Noah and I have spoken many times with both cars. I called them quite a bit because their office was open back when I got the base model. Their office was mostly shut down with this experience with the carbon fiber track pack. I did call him early on in the process before they shut down for a couple months. Actually, they're still shut down, the call center. But then we went to the online chat feature, which if you go to fordperformance.com and see on the right, you'll see the online chat feature during their business hours. And then ultimately, many emails were exchanged. So thanks to Noah. He's a true enthusiast and takes a lot of pride in his job, keeping everybody informed. Well, I've been driving for over an hour. Still got maybe 25 minutes to go or so. While I'm driving, my salesman Darren up in Pennsylvania just sent me a text. It's there! So he got the alert that the car's been delivered. So the car beat me to the dealership, which is fine. With some luck, they got some pictures and video at the dealership of the car getting delivered. We'll find out when we get there. Darren also mentioned that he saved the vehicle visibility report, also known as the VVR. Once he says, good thing he saved it yesterday, because once it shows delivered, that information gets deleted. But the vehicle visibility report shows, all the time date stamps of the entire process. Kind of a neat piece of history to have. So make sure your sales person saves that before the car gets delivered. And another thing, I almost did a major snafu. 11th hour yesterday. I paid cash for this car as opposed to financing. And I think if you finance the car, they check if you get or if you have insurance. Insurance completely dropped out of my cross-check. I was at home last night and also I was like, oh crap, I don't have insurance on the car. So I got that set up to be activated today. Easily overlooked if, especially since I didn't do all the paperwork with this dealership. I'm just going there today just to pick it up. So I doubt they would have checked. I paid cash. The bank didn't check. So it was up to me to make sure I had insurance. So don't forget that if you're in the same situation. Well, I'm in Kaufman, and the dealership is just up the road here on the left. Oh, I see the Ford sign. It's about to get real. All right, there's the dealership. Not sure if they had time to get the car inside or if it's still outside. I think the car just got here. I gotta find a place to put this big beast of a trailer. I think we're just gonna pull it right here. So they don't hit the awning. Hello, stranger.
Hi.
There's Lisa. Do you have a car here for me?
Come on, Tim.
All right. Where are we going?
Well, we're going to find a car.
Somebody's out driving it?
Yeah, right. Yeah, they asked me this morning, Lisa, can we go drive that car? Yeah, no. That would be a no.
Funny.
There it is.
Oh boy, there it
I'm
is.
checking it out. It's a 500, babe. It's a 500.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah, Tim.
Yes. And dirty just like I like it.
Well, Jose called me. He said, Lisa, this car have no back seat.
Oh
I said, I guess that's how you
man,
ordered it.
I ordered a back seat. What the heck?
Did you?
No. Nice and dusty. Perfect. All right, time to start it. Oh yeah. It's still in delivery mode. We got to get it out here. All right, we're gonna take this thing out of delivery mode. So foot off the brake, touch the start button, accessory mode.
Okay, then you're gonna hit your brake 5 times fast.
1, 2, 3,
And
4, 5.
hazards, 3 or 4. Off and on, off and on,
Oh.
off and on, off and on.
Oh.
Start it.
Okay. Says vehicle is on. And then we'll know if it's out of delivery mode when you can rev it.
So I don't know if you've got to train the tires.
Oh, I do, yeah. It's got tire pressure warning. So we got to train the tires.
Is that what it says?
Yeah, it said train the tires and the tire pressure warning is flashing.
Yeah, let me go ask them.
Okay. I'm going to try revving it and see if it works.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. It's out of delivery mode. All right. All right, so we're going to try and train the tires now that it's out of transport mode. So foot off the brake, hit the button, puts it in accessory mode.
Now do your brakes.
So how many times on the brakes?
5 times on the brakes.
5, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then do
1,
6 times on the
2,
hazard.
3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Says train
Crank it.
left. What's that?
Crank it.
Crank it. There's our good. Or the tire pressure's good. That's the man. Okay.
Jose is the man.
Jose is the man. And no tire pressure sensor light on anymore. Okay, time to load it up. Just finished strapping it down. I ran straps through the carbon fiber wheels, all protected with towels, front and back. Rear straps are a lot bigger for emergency stops. And there's the front straps. Well, just left the dealership. Car's loaded, strapped down. I think it's pretty secure air back in there. Ran towels through the carbon fiber wheels like you saw, and strapped them down. Big straps in the back, smaller straps up front. I actually sat and chatted with Lisa for quite a bit. Great gal. Like I said, if you're in the area and need a car, look her up. Darren also was texting from up in Pennsylvania, making sure that all the registration paperwork was all good, and they both took very good care of me. So now about an hour and a half or an hour 40 or so back to the house, get this dirty car offloaded and get it cleaned up. Been driving for about an hour and a half, a little bit more, almost home. The car's still secure behind me in the trailer. It was an interesting experience getting in the car for the first time at the dealership. Very familiar. The inside, completely identical. You know, I know the car well. Same Recaro seats, same carbon fiber dash, same tech package. Outside, rapid red with black stripes. Very, very familiar feeling. The carbon fiber track pack is kind of like an old girlfriend coming back, but now she's got a boob job.